So let's talk about planning ahead for a goal you want to achieve, right? Instead of just a trip, right? Let's think about a New Year's resolution. When you do that, just like with planning a trip, you need to think of your obstacles in advance so that you have a plan to deal with them so that you don't need to persist in a way that you will more likely end up quitting, right? So we need to go through some things and really think about the obstacles. So I maybe want to learn how to juggle as my New Year's resolution. So I'm going to start by figuring out what skills I need to develop more. Well, I'm probably going to have to look it up first, right? Like I will find some resources, but if I don't even know that, I'm just starting, I'll find a resource that maybe shows me some different things I can try. But obviously, some of it is going to be my hand-eye coordination and throwing those balls. So I'm going to need to know how to do that. So I need to plan accordingly. Okay, how can I make some time to start practicing those skills? Now I also want to think about what things are going to frustrate me and make me quit, right? Like it's hard. I'm going to drop the ball a lot. It's going to feel kind of irritating. So maybe for me, I'm going to have to plan ahead. When I get really frustrated, what am I going to tell myself to push through? Maybe what are some little incentives and rewards I can give myself if I practice for half hour straight? I let myself play that video game I like or something like that. Right? Maybe I have a friend or a family member who's going to help me out and encourage me, right? I need to think in advance, what are the things that are going to get me frustrated? So when that happens, I'm ready for it. Okay. What bad habits will I need to overcome? Well, I don't really know yet about juggling, but I looked it up, and here's some problems and solutions about juggling, and it looks like this is a big one, right? I move forward as I juggle, right? This is a common problem, stand in front of a wall bed, right? So right here, it tells you how to deal with this bad habit that most people tend to walk forward as they juggle and it makes them drop the ball a lot. So I need to start practicing by standing in front of a wall so that isn't an issue. Great. So now instead of having that situation come up, I'm juggling, I keep going forward, I don't know what to do about it, and I quit. Now I'm just like, oh, okay, this is going to happen. Moving forward is an issue. I need to break that habit. I'm going to stand in front of a wall. Problem solved, right? And then you got to think about other things that might get in the way, right? Like, some of it might be time, space, money, right? I got to buy some juggling balls or something. Or maybe I don't. I can, if that's an issue for money, maybe there's a way I can make my own, but I need to come up with a plan so I don't quit right off the bat by being like, I can't afford it. Support's a big one, right? Maybe I don't like practicing much. Maybe I'm a little bit lazy. Maybe I need to find some friends to juggle with me to make it more fun and we can encourage each other and help each other so that we all get better, right? It's why kendama became a big thing for a little bit, right? People would play with each other, and that helps you keep doing it. You kind of push each other and practice more. You got to think of all these things, and if you do, then you're going to be ready to go, because when these obstacles come up, instead of being something that makes you want to quit and give up, right, they're just going to be things that you're like, oh, I already thought of this, I'm just going to do this thing to solve that problem, and suddenly it's a lot easier to keep going. And that's the difference really between people who quit on their resolutions, quit on their goals, and don't achieve them versus people who really do achieve them, because you've thought ahead and you've made it so you don't have to persist as much.